Go for it. Hello, everyone, and what a beautiful day it is here in Neopia. So, today I wanted to talk to you about 4 things I wish I knew when I was starting Neopets as a new player. So, let's get into it. First things first, I wish I would have known how to set up my shop. So, here in Neopia, you can sell things that you don't necessarily want to keep or save in your safety deposit box by opening your shop. So, here's mine. It has not been updated in a while. Don't judge. So I have all of these items in my shop. None of them are for sale except for one because I haven't put a price in them. But when you start Neopets as a new player, you don't have a shop. And so you need to know how to set one up initially. So, like I did, from the home screen, we'll go back. You go to shop, my shop, and then what you want to do is create or edit your shop. And from this screen, you can name what you want your shop to be, where you want it to be located. I have mine in Neopia Central. And then you can have a shop description of what your shop sells. But here in this shop description, I have some HTML format that basically gives my shop a background, like a pretty background, and I change it every so often. You can also choose a shopkeeper, and you could choose from different avatars or art that people have uploaded. So I'll click here, for example, select new shopkeeper, Neopets, and then you could choose a species. I usually go for Aisha because I like Aisha a lot. And then you could just click whichever one you like. Let's see if I can find a cute one. They're all really cute, to be honest, but Mountaineer, I like that a lot. The Fireman, Fur. Aw, that one's cute. I think I might do the Chef. But there's a lot of cute art for different species of Neopets. So you just kind of have to scroll through. Ooh, so February is almost over. I would have chose that one. But yeah, so once you find what you want, you scroll to the bottom, click select, and that will update your shopkeeper. You can give your shopkeeper a name and then give them a little greeting. You then will click update shop and it will update your changes that you made. But before I do that, I want to show you how you can upgrade the size. So initially you won't have a shop and you want to go to shop size and then upgrade your shop to 2 and continue on. You will have to upgrade it to 4, 8, and of course it doubles, not doubles, but it slowly increases by small increments. And it'll tell you as you progress. But each upgrade does cost Neopoints. So when you want to upgrade it, you go to cost to upgrade button. It'll tell you how much it costs. You click it, and then the size of your shop will be updated. So it went from 85 to 90 items. So it looks like it scales by 5 items. So if I did it again, it would cost me 3,600 Neopoints. And now I can hold 95 items. So to update this portion where I change my avatar, I would update shop. And then just to see what it looks like now, we would go shop front, which will show you what other players see your shop as when they are shopping. So I have this cute little Christmas background. Need to update it. It's been a minute since I updated my shop, clearly. But we can do that. So I'm going to go back. And then when you want to add items to your shop, you can do that from your inventory. You would choose an item. I guess I'll sell my Uni Frappe. You would go down to put into your shop and then submit. And then from that menu, it'll put it into your shop and you can check the stock by clicking this button. And then once you have everything in here that you want to sell, you can give them a price. So say we want to sell that for 5 Neopoints a piece. And the Kiko Lake food for 200 Neopoints a piece. I have no idea what it's worth at the moment. But with that in mind, we can check the prices by going to Jelly Neo, item database, and then putting the item name into the search bar here. So what I typically do will highlight, copy, and paste the item name to search for them. And then here's the average price that the item has been going for. So I'll use that price and put it here, maybe lower it. So I think it was like 130. Yeah, so I'll just put it in as 100 to undercut just slightly to, sorry, to get it to sell a little bit quicker. Pet Pat Lab Map. Let's see how much that's worth. Kind of, you have to take a note of like what what part of the map it is because there, I believe, are 9 different pieces, geez, of that map. And we have this one. That one's worth 760. Let's just put it at 700. So we updated those few items. Click the update button. Go to shop front to see your shop. And you can see that now the items are put in your shop and at the prices you have put in. So now with that part updated, the second thing I would have wished to know as an early Neopets player is I call it the fairy cookie hack, which I think is pretty and that's not what I wanted. The fairy cookie hack. So I'm going to go into my inventory. So if you have a fairy cookie, and this really only works if you're using a cookie, because otherwise when you get a fairy quest, it's random. You don't know when you're going to get it. So I have a fairy cookie in my hoard of things I need to search through. Here we are. So I'm going to use my fairy fortune cookie. So what this fortune cookie does is it will give you a fairy quest each day for 9 days. I'm going to close this. And now what you want to do is before you accept the quest, so before we go to the fairy quest screen to accept our quest, we're going to open up a shop, the shop wizard in a new tab. So what I do is the middle mouse button on my mouse will open up a new tab, let it load, and then we're going to go to explore, go to fairyland and fairy city to then get our fairy quest. So we will go here, accept today's quest, and then she is looking for a U wand. So since we opened up that tab before accepting this quest, this will allow us to search for the item without being blocked. So if you typically when you receive a fairy quest, you're not able to use the super shop wizard, which makes you more reliant on the Neo boards and asking other players for help to find you a shop that is selling that item. In this circumstance, you could bypass all of that as long as you open up the shop wizard screen before you accept the quest. It does not work with the Super Shop Wizard because the Super Shop Wizard is embedded in most other screens. So primarily use it with just the normal Shop Wizard. So now we can see that here is a player that is selling what we need, a U wand for 7,400 Neopoints. Here we go. Give her the item. And my strength is increased. Nice. I love those free increases. Love it. All right. So the next and third thing I wish I would have known how to do that took me a lot of time and a lot of research to figure out how to do on my own was the food club. Food club can be very invaluable to you, especially if you are wanting to gain Neopoints with relative ease. It is gambling. You may or may not win. However, I definitely think doing food club is worth it. I actually can't remember. Oops. I really think it is worth it. Like I said, it is betting. You are gambling with your Neopoints. But if you follow other Neopians who the only way I can really think of saying it is do the math to kind of gauge what bet is the best and what categories. Um, is to follow players that do that, is to follow players that gauge the market and then place bets and follow what their bets are. I did have a video I did earlier this week or a couple weeks ago that goes more in depth about Food Club, but I highly, highly recommend that if you want to make some Neopoints to check it out. With that said, I would also recommend that you, well, not even recommend, but what's important about betting is that it depends on the age of your account. So if you are a new player, you're not going to be losing a significant amount of Neopoints because you're only able to bet 50 Neopoints plus 2 extra Neopoints per day that your account is old. So it would be your account age times 2 plus 50. So in the beginning, you're not going to be losing or gaining a huge significant amount of Neopoints. So it's really up to you. I don't see a loss, especially now with the dailies. You can get up to like 100K a week, 20K a day. with, honestly, I don't think I've spent 20K quite yet on betting a day, and I've gained more than that. So I wonder if we can see bet history, like what my win losses are. Yeah, so I'm at a net gain since I started betting of 280,988 Neopoints. And my account is almost a year old. Let's see. Yeah, I think my account is 11 months old. So I don't have, as you saw, a large amount of Neopoints to bet. Yeah. So for me, it's something that's worth doing, giving it a go. Anyway, the final thing I wish I would have known is how to find players that have items that I want and how to reach out to them and ask if they want to trade. Because a big part of Neopets is customizing your Neopets, right? So, how do we get the items that we really want if we don't know how to find them or how to find people that have those items? Well, the answer I have is Jelly Neo. So, initially, this is what you'll see when you come into Jelly Neo. You'll go again into the item database and then you can search in the item that you want. So I'm going to go into my wish lists because it'll be a little bit easier, quicker for me. So I have a wish list of items that I want. So if you scroll through Neo or you find something in Dress to Impress that you really like, I highly recommend putting it into a wish list because if you put a wish list and it's public, people can see the items that you want and may be willing to trade for them. So this list is items that I have up for trade, and this is the wish list, a couple different wish lists of items that I want. So let's go into my wish list itself. I am looking for numerous things, but I really want this baby portal blast gun. And for me, I need it. It's top priority. So you find the item that you want. Over here, you'll see a couple of tabs. So this tab right here is seeking. So these are people that are looking for that item. So if I had this item and I wanted to trade it, I could find people who are looking for it. The next tab over is UFT, which stands for up for trade. So these are people that have this item but are looking to trade it. So what you can do is you can click on any of these players. So what I'll do is click here. And this is this player's up for trade NC wish list. And this tab over here is their NC wishes. So this is what they have to trade and this is what they're wanting to get from the trade. So I already know that they have what I want. I'm going to go to their wish list and see if I have any items that they want. So let's say I have an item that they're looking for. What you could do is you highlight their name, copy it, go into the Neomail option, community Neomail, and you would start a new Neomail, send to, and I would paste the name in, put in the subject something like trade offer, and then tell them what I'm looking for and ask them if they are willing to trade. Hello, are you willing to trade your baby portal blast gun for my smiling eyes, smiling eye contacts? And then I would simply click send Neomail. So that's how I would work on trading. You could do the same thing with really anybody. Let's try to do this again. What else am I looking for? Maybe that person I didn't have anything that they wanted, so I wanted to look at the next person. So I would choose a wish list, scroll through the list, be like, oh, I have this item. I want to trade this item. Oh, they have a baby portal blast gun. I have this item and I want to trade for that. So I would go back to the initial list, highlight their name, and do the same process. Highlight the name, copy it, paste it into the to portion of the Neomail, something like trade offer, and then ask them if they are willing to trade what item they have for an item that you have. Send Neomail. I've gotten so many items that I didn't think I would have had otherwise because I didn't know how to search for the items that I wanted, and I didn't know how to find people that had the items I wanted. So this database through Jelly Neo has been really amazing for me to help find and trade and obtain items that I wasn't around for when they initially released. So this is really, these four things were really important to me and made such a huge difference when I first started playing Neopets. I hope that they helped you. I hope they give you a little bit more of an insight to the game. If there's something that you're looking to do or want to do but aren't sure how, please let me know in the comments below and I'll do a video over it and try to give you my best explanation of how I would do things if I was in that situation. All right? Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.